Hi all, welcome to Edumonk. We are restarting our session with geography syllabus. Already in the first video, we have completed complete details about our solar system. Then also discussed the previous year question paper in mains aspect. Today in this video, we are completing the next topic of our geography syllabus, which is started from our domains of Earth. The major domains of Earth are a basic concept in geography. The Earth's surface is complete. It's a complex zone which the major components of the environment meet or overlap or interact. Here it is the major three component: atmosphere, lithosphere, and hydrosphere. These three complex zones which will meet, interact, and overlaps. That zone is known as biosphere. Then we can move with the first thing, atmosphere. Atmosphere is the gaseous layer that's surrounded by the Earth. Gaseous layer which is surrounded the Earth. Then we can move to hydrosphere. Hydrosphere is it's a very big area of Earth that Earth's surface that which covered with water. It's a big or greater area in Earth surface which is covered with water. Then we can move to another part. We can move to another part, that is lithosphere. It is the solid portion of our Earth. Solid portion of our Earth. Then the final one, the meet, interact, and overlapped area, that is called as biosphere. This is the area by which where the land, water, and air together are found. Together are found. This is known as biosphere. It's known as. Then we can understand more about the atmosphere. We know atmosphere is a gaseous layer. In the gaseous layer, we can see different kinds of gases. It can be oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, and other gases. These gases are interacts in this layer by each other. The changes in this atmosphere produces climates. Changes in this atmosphere produces climates or climate change. Also the weather. This atmosphere extends up to a layer of 1600 kilometers. So total height from mean sea level, it's 1600 kilometers. Then how this atmosphere is formed on our earth. In last video we have discussed about what is an atmosphere and what kind of planet have an atmosphere. In this earth, the atmosphere is formed by different of gases by due to gravitational forces. Due to the gravitational force, an atmosphere is created on the outer coverage area of our earth. This atmosphere, this is divided into 5 layers. This atmosphere is divided into 5 layers. But first one is troposphere, second one is stratosphere, third one is mesosphere, fourth one is thermosphere, and last one is exosphere. We will study this topic later. We will completely explain the troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, and exosphere, and we will understand how they interact with each other and what are the specialties of this layer. Then, in here, you should understand an interesting fact. Here, the 99% of clean and dry air in the atmosphere is composed mainly by oxygen and nitrogen. 99% of clean and dry air is composed by oxygen and nitrogen. Here in the atmosphere, the percentage of oxygen is around 21% and nitrogen is around 78%. Other gases like carbon dioxide or argon or other kind of gases is just 1% only. Then we can move the hydrosphere. Hydrosphere means the amount of water which is present in our earth. This is known as hydrosphere. Then this hydrosphere is a major reason for calling our earth as a blue planet. That's because of 3/2 portion of our earth is completely covered with water, so it's called as blue planet. This hydrosphere consists of water in all kind of forms. All kind of forms. It can be running water, groundwater, ocean, rivers, ice, glaciers. These all kind of water resources are the part of hydrosphere. Then it also 97% of 97% of earth water is found in the oceans. 97% of earth water is found in oceans. Rest of the water in the form of, it can be ice sheets or glaciers or an underground water. Then we can move with lithosphere. Then lithosphere is a outermost part of Earth, which consists of upper mantle and crust, which consists of Earth's upper mantle and crust. This crust includes outer crust and inner crust. Our major tectonic plates are present in this lithosphere. Then lithosphere is a rigid mechanical properties which have the which reacts chemically with other three major domains of Earth, namely hydrosphere, biosphere, and atmosphere. Its thickness around 100 kilometer. Then our fourth one is biosphere. Biosphere is the narrow zone. Biosphere is the narrow zone which in contact between land, water, and air. This area is known as biosphere. In this biosphere, there are different kind of species that can be divided into. It can be plant kingdom or animal kingdom. These three domains of Earth interact with each other and affect each other in some way or in other ways. This is known as the biosphere. So we have completed the major domains of Earth. There are three major domains: atmosphere, lithosphere, and hydrosphere. These three domains are interact with each other, and there is a narrow layer is formed that's known as biosphere. In this biosphere, the life exists. This life exists. In this life, it can be plant or animal or other kind of species. From there, the new kind of species formations are comes out. That kind, it's plant kingdoms or animal kingdoms. Animal kingdoms. Then we can move the other topic. Then we can move to our first topic, geomorphology. Geomorphology. Actually, the geomorphology means it's a study of physical features of our surface of Earth. Study of physical features. It's a study of physical features of our surface of Earth. That's known as geomorphology. In this geomorphology, while studying about our physical features of Earth, there are majorly there are many relief features. Relief features, or these relief features can be termed as physiographic features. These features can be classified as classified as the basis of orders. Classified as the basis of orders. This order means it's a chronological kind of classification. It's based on the formation of these kind of physiographic features. By considering the orders, or it's a type of formation, the majorly our physical features in our Earth can be classified into three orders. In the first order in the first order relief feature, majorly two kind of features or physiographic features are formed. First one is our land, second one is our ocean. These two are considered as our first form of relief feature. If you are looking to uh, our physical map, world physical map, you can see in our continent area, the land, this land portion is colored as or shown as brown patches, and the ocean is marked as blue patches. Blue patches. This is our first order relief features. In geographical kind of terms, this land is our continental crust, and ocean is our, or water is our oceanic crust. Continent is land is our continental crust, and ocean or water is our oceanic crust. Then how these kind of features are formed, that should be a question. Majorly from different kind of studies, the physiographic features in our earth are formed as a part of an volcanic eruption. Around 4,006 billion years ago, there is a violent volcanic activity happened in our earth, which leads to the formation of uh, the land and ocean area in our earth. That means around 4,000 billion years ago, there is a violent volcanic activity happen, which which leads to the eruption of magma on the surface of Earth, which solidified in the surface of our Earth, which makes the basement for which made the basement for the physiographic features in our earth or land area. After the basement, uh, there are mountains are formed. From the mountain, the rivers were started to flow. Then these rivers made different kinds of physical feature in our continent area. Then finally these formed deltas. We can look into that. So this magma erupted, or magma solidified area is known as ancient relief feature. Ancient relief feature. And this part in our continent is known as shield. So there are two kind of first order relief feature, land and ocean. Land is, in geographical terms, land is known as continental crust, ocean is known as oceanic crust. Then how these kind of features are formed, it is formed as a part of volcanic eruption. Around 4,000 billion years ago, a violent volcanic activity happened in the earth, which leads to the formation of magma eruption. After that, the lava solidified the surface of earth, uh, which act which acted as the basement for the formation of physiographic feature on the surface of earth. So it's known as ancient relief feature. If you are looking to the chronological order of physiographic formation in India, a physiographic feature in Earth. In initial stage, we can see shield as the ancient relief feature. Shield as the ancient relief feature. After that, from the shield, mountains are formed. After the mountain formation, the rivers were started to flow from the mountains. These mountains form the plains in depositions areas. Finally, these rivers drain out to the ocean, which leads to the formation of deltas on the conjunction area of a river and ocean. This is the chronological order of formation of physical feature of our Earth. These are the major relief features or major physiographic features. In between these kind of physiographic features, there are different kinds of physiographic features are there. We will discuss those things in later. First of all, we can understand what is a shield. Already we told about the definition of shield. That means around 4,000 million years ago, a magma eruption happened in the earth, which after that, this magma solidified on the surface of earth, which leads to the formation of ancient relief feature, and which acted as a basement for the development of physiographic features in our earth, which leads to the formation of mountains and so on and so on. Then, if you look into the North America, you can see a shield there, which is known as the Canadian shield. So, Canadian shield is the ancient relief feature of North America. Then we are looking to South America. Here you can see the Brazilian highland. This is the ancient relief feature of South America. Then by looking to Africa, here you can see three type of ancient relief feature. That's first one is Western Africa. Second one is Central Africa. Third one is Northern Africa. Then we are going to next continent, Europe. In Europe, you can see two kind of ancient relief features. First one is in this region you can see Lapland, and here you can see Central Russian upland. Then we are going to Australia. Here you can see three kind of relief features. First one is Western Australia. Then Northern Australia. Then Southern Australia. Then we can go into Antarctica. You can see Antarctican shield. Then moving with Asia, you can see here Siberian plateau. Then here Arabian plateau. Then here in our India, Deccan plateau. These are our all ancient crust formation in our world. So we can arrange this kind of shield in North America. You can see Canadian shield. In South America, you can see Brazilian highland. Then in Africa, you can see Western Africa, Central Africa, Western Africa, Central Africa, and Northern Africa. In Asia, you can see three shields. First one is Siberian Plateau. Second is Deccan Plateau. Third one is Arabian Peninsula. Arabian Peninsula or Arabian Plateau. These kind of Arabian Plateau or Peninsula completely lies with Oman, Qatar, Bahrain, Saudi, UAE. Then we can move to Europe. In Europe, there are two shields. First one is Lapland. Second one is Central Russian upland. Then in Australia, there are three shields: Western, Northern, and Southern. In Antarctica, you can see one shield, that is an Antarctican shield. So these are the all shields in all over the world. Then in the world there are different kind of physical features. It can be mountains, valleys, rivers, waterfalls, deltas, plains, plateaus, peninsulas. These are formed in different types. In the initial stage, the shield is formed. After that, after some time, or after many years, the mountains are formed. After that, rivers started to flowing. Then the plains are formed. Then deltas are formed. So each of the physical features are formed in different times. So there is a geological time scale which represents the order of formation of each kind of physical features in our earth. We can look into that, our geological time scale in our earth. In the geological time scale, the time scale is actually divided into five parts: ancient features, old features, middle features, young features, and recent features. Ancient features means the physical feature which is formed around 4,000 million years ago. Then old feature means the physical features which is formed 650 million years ago. That means in between 650 and 4,000 million years. That's known as the old relief feature or old physical feature. In the middle stage, it is the 225 million years ago. It's a middle order relief feature means it is formed between 650 million years ago and 225 million years ago. That's known as a middle order physical feature. Then the young feature means around 70 million years ago. That means the physical feature is formed in between 225 and 70 million years ago. Recent means just 1 million years ago. This is the geological time scale of our earth. It's based on the formation of physical feature in our earth. These kind of features come other name also. the ancient kind of feature that we tell as Azoic. The old feature tell us Paleozoic. In the middle features we will tell us Mesoic. In the young features tell us Cenozoic, and the recent features, that's Neozoic. Azoic, Paleozoic, Mesoic, Cenozoic, and Neozoic. So first of all, we can tell us the ancient feature, the shield, which is formed around 4,000 million years ago. So shield in our earth are, it's an Azoic feature or ancient feature because they are formed around 4,000 million years ago. So shield is a ancient feature. In the world, we have 7 large continents which is divided by water or ocean. The 7 major continents are, first one is Asia, second one is Europe, third one Africa, fourth one North America, fifth one South America, then Australia, and seventh one Antarctica. Okay, Asia is the largest continent in the world. Asia is the largest continent in the world, which have 1 by 3rd of total land area of the earth. 1 by 3rd of total land area of the earth. Asia is the largest continent which covers 1 by 3rd of total land area in our earth. This continent is lies on the western hemisphere. Sorry, eastern hemisphere. Eastern hemisphere. Eastern hemisphere. Then Tropic of Cancer is passing through Asia. The Ural mountain which separates it from Europe. Ural mountain separates Asia from Europe. Then we will go to Europe. Europe is smaller than Asia and lying in the west of, smaller than Asia and which lies west of the Asia. And in Europe, Arctic Circle passing through Europe. And the 3 sides of Europe is bounded by water body that you can see in the map. This is Europe. This is Europe. 3 area is covered by water. Then here is the Ural mountain which separates Asia from Europe. Then Africa. Africa is the second largest continent after Asia. Second largest continent after Asia. And the largest part of the Asia is Africa is lies on northern hemisphere, and which is only the only continent which Tropic of Cancer, equator and Tropic of Cancer passing through it. Then we will go to North America. It's a third largest continent in the world. Third largest continent in the world. This continent lies completely in the northern and western hemisphere. Then South America, it mostly lies on southern hemisphere. It's surrounded by two oceans, Pacific Ocean and Atlantic Ocean. Then Australia is the smallest continent. Smallest continent. Then last one is Antarctica. It is the huge, it's a huge continent, lies completely on southern hemisphere. Southern hemisphere. Then we have to understand the oceans in our world. There are five major oceans. Five major oceans. First one is Pacific Ocean. Second one is Atlantic Ocean. Third one is Indian Ocean. Fourth one is Southern Ocean. And fifth one is Arctic Ocean. Then Pacific Ocean. This Pacific Ocean is almost in circular shape, which covers the country like Asia, Australia, North and South America. Then in Atlantic Ocean, it is the second largest ocean in the world, and which forms a shapes like S. It's flanked by North and South America in west sides and Europe and Africa in east side. Then we can move to Indian Ocean, which is the only ocean named after a country. This is India. Then fourth one is Southern Ocean. It is surrounded by the continent of Antarctica. And fifth one is Arctic Ocean. It is located in the Arctic Circle and surrounding North Pole. We can see the oceans on the map. This is the Pacific Ocean. This is the Atlantic Ocean. This is the Indian Ocean. This is the Southern Ocean. And here is the Arctic Ocean. These are the five major oceans in the world. Then there will be a question arise, why these continents are scattered? That's a major question. The answer to the particular question is this continental drift theory. Then what is continental drift theory? We can talk about that. This continental drift theory, which was put forward by Alfred Wegener. Actually, he is a German meteorologist. Also, he was a polar explorer, astronomer, and a geologist. Then he is also known as father of continental drift. This theory was proposed in 1912. 1912. In a lecture which was conducted in 1912, Alfred Wegener proposed the theory of continental drift. The continental drift means the continents are moving across ocean bed. Continents are moving across ocean bed. This is known as continental drifting. And this drifting is not a sudden process. sudden process. It will take time to drifting. Time to drifting. According to Alfred Wegener, in the initial stage, there was a huge continent in the world which is known as Pangaea, and a huge ocean which is surrounded the Pangaea, that is known as Pandalasa. This huge continent named as supercontinent, and the huge ocean named as super ocean. So in an Mesozoic period, there was a huge continental mass which is present in the world, that's known as supercontinent, and a ocean which is completely covered, completely surrounded the landmass which is known as Panthalassa. Then in the old period, or Paleozoic period, or after the Paleozoic period, the super ocean, that is Panthalassa, intruded into supercontinent, which splits the supercontinent into two parts. First one is Laurasia, second one is Gondwana. This is Angana and Gondwana, or Laurasia or Gondwana. This intruded super ocean is known as Tethys. So in Mesozoic period, there was a super ocean and supercontinent. After that, in the older period or Paleozoic period, the super ocean intruded into the supercontinent. This intruded ocean is known as Tethys, and the supercontinent divided into two parts, Laurasia and Gondwana. Then, in the Mesozoic period, or around 225 million years ago, again this continent began to split. Again, this continent began to split, and mountain building activities are started here. Mountain buildings are started here. Then in the final stage, or we can see today's world like this: North America, South America, Europe, Asia, Africa, India, Australia. These are the whole continent. As a part of this movement, there are different kind of physiographic features are formed here. We know in Mesozoic feature there is a shield which is based for the physiographic development. Then as the part of this kind of continental drift or the forces exerted on this, there are different kinds of physical features are formed. The major one is mountains. Then what are the forces responsible for the continental drift? Majorly, there are two factors which is responsible for the continental drift, which are: first one is the continental drift was equatorward due to the combined action of gravitational force. Gravitational force, the combined action of gravitational force and pole fleeing force. Pole fleeing force. And there is also an impact of buoyancy force. Buoyancy force. Then second force is tidal forces. Tidal forces. According to Alfred Wegener, there are two forces which is responsible for the movement of these continents. First one is it's a combined action of gravitational force, pole freeing force, and buoyancy. Second one is tidal force. First, gravitational force. We know about the gravitational force of sun, moon, and also earth. The pole freeing force is a kind of force which is acted on earth, which increases the centrifugal force of earth rotation. And the buoyancy force, earth is not a complete circle shape, it's an elliptical kind of shape. That means its equator is a little bulger than the poles. This is the major reason for this bulging is majorly due to the buoyancy force. So the combined action of gravitational force, pole freeing force, and buoyancy force acted on the drifting of the continent. Then second one is the tidal forces. These tidal forces formed by earth rotation, which moved the continent westward direction. This is proposed by the Alfred Wegener. Proposed this theory in 1912, and these are the forces which formed the continent to drift on the ocean bed. Then also he proposed some kind of evidences for the movement of this continent. First one is jigsaw fit. Then it's geological structure. Third one is distribution of fossils. Fourth one is biological evidences. Then first we can go to the jigsaw fit. What is jigsaw fit? This one is jigsaw fit. Jigsaw fit means the similarity between the geological structure. So we can say that it's remarkable similarity in the geological structure along the two coasts of Atlantic Ocean. This is the Atlantic Ocean. You can see the similarity of the two coasts. We can see it as a puzzle. We can combine these two continents together. So this is known as the jigsaw fit. Then second thing is geological structure. Second one is geological structure. Geological structure means in the Permo-Carbon phase, it is present strong proof that one point in time, these land masses were assembled together since evidence of this glaciation is found in Brazil, Falkland Island, or in South Africa, or Indian Peninsula, as well as Australia. So there are different kinds of glaciation aspects, or glaciation evidence are found from different parts of our continent, which will show that uh, some years ago, or around 200 million years ago, the whole continents are combined together. After that, a force acted on it, and which separated into different parts. Then the third thing is distribution of fossils. Distribution of fossils. Distribution of fossils. Then that means identical species and animals were found in the both sides of Atlantic Ocean. Then also there are different kinds of biological evidences, but there are many kind of criticism which are formed against the continental theory. There are, the first criticism is actually the pre-Carboniferous history is not on. Why these continents moved into a northward and westward drift? In the figure you can see, in the initial stage, the supercontinent and superocean. After that, here you can see the Laurasia and Gondwana land. This separated, and Laurasia moved into north direction, and after that again this is separated, and North America and South America moved to western direction. Then why these kind of movement happen? There can be a chances of moving into southward or eastward, but that never happened. That's a primary question raised against the continental drift theory. And in the second cases, it did not explain about the formation of oceanic ridges. Oceanic ridges means these are the mountains under the oceanic ridges are the mountains under the ocean. This theory didn't explain about the oceanic ridge formation. We will explain about what is oceanic ridge, then how they are formed, then, and also the Alfred Wegener proposed different forces, which is the major reason for the continental drift. But most of the scientists denying the forces, because suppose for example we are taking gravitational force, it's a weak force. How this kind of a weak force can move a huge landmass? That's a major questions. Then most of the scientists proposed, or most of the scientists accepting theory, the plate tectonics theory, which was come into force. We can move to that plate tectonics theory. The continental drift theory was proposed by Alfred Wegener on 1912, but the plate tectonics theory, which was proposed in 1960, with extensive sea floor mapping. That means this plate tectonic theory has a complete evidence. So this theory is based on basically two hypotheses, or two kinds of theories. First one is convection current hypothesis, and second the concept of seafloor spreading. The convection current hypothesis, which are proposed by Arthur Holmes, and seafloor spreading theory was proposed by Hess. In this plate tectonic theory, we have to understand the interior of Earth. The Earth has different layers: outer crust, then mantle, and core. Crust is the outer surface of Earth interior, and the surface we are actually living. In the crust portion is the lithosphere. In the underneath of the crust, there is a layer called asthenosphere. Asthenosphere. The crust is the solid made thing, and asthenosphere is a plastic made thing. So the solid portion of the crust, which is moving above the plastic layer of Earth, which is known as the plate tectonic theory. Simply say this: plate tectonic theory. That means the solid kind or solid structured crust which moving above the plastic made asthenosphere, which is known as, or which theory is known as plate tectonic theory. As a part of the plate tectonic theory, there are 8 major plates are in Earth. It will move in a relative motion. It can be converge, diverge, or transform. That we will discuss later. Due to this movement of plates, earthquake, volcanic activity, mountain building, and oceanic trench formation, and that kind of physiographic and organic features are occurring in our Earth. Then this, according to this plate tectonic theory, the lithosphere or crust, it's a solid and broken layer, so that it is moving above the asthenosphere. Then our major lithosphere plates are first one is Pacific plate, it's an oceanic plate. Then North American plate, it's a continental plate. Eurasian plate, it's a continental plate. African plate, it's a continental plate. South American plate, it's a continental plate. Antarctica plate, it's a continental plate. Indo-Australian plate, it's a continental plate, and also Nazca plate. Then the minor tectonic plates are Arabian plate, Caribbean plate, Caucasus plate, Indian plate, Philippine Sea plate, Scotia plate, and Juan de Fuca plate. The Antarctic and surrounded oceanic plate, this plate which is surrounded by the diverging boundary. Then Pacific plate, it's a true oceanic plate. Then Arabian plate, we can see mostly in Saudi Arabian landmass. Then we can see Caribbean plate here. In addition of that, there should be China plate, Philippine plate, Persian plate, and Fiji plate. But that kind of plates are not much important. We can continue this kind of discussion about this kind of plates after some topic. We can move to the forces which is led to the formation of the physiographic features in Earth. I think you may understand about this much topic which I have explained here. It's just kind of concept which I have provided. You have to clarify with your own thinking. Here I discussed about what are the continents, what are the plates, what's about the continental drift theory, then plate tectonics theory, then also what is our study with geomorphology, then order of relief feature. Then please understand this topic. Also read the inserted text. If you have any doubt, you can text me on Telegram. Thank you all. We can conclude this topic. Then in the next session, we will start with the forces which creates the physiographic or physiological features in Earth. Thank you all.